संगस्तेषु ध्यायतो विचलां पुंसां संगस्तेषु पजायते संजायते कामं क्रोधो विजायते. Next. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसां संगस्तेषु पजायते संजायते क्रोधो विजायते. Brilliant. Yes.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
तेषु पजायते
संगस्तेषु पजायते
कामः
संजायते
विजायते
कामं क्रोधो विजायते. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु पजायते ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
संगस्तेषु पजायते
संगस्तेषु पजायते
संजायते काम
संजायते कामः
काम क्रोधो विजायते.
क्रोधो विजायते.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
तेषु पजायते
संगस्तेषु पजायते
कामः
संजायते
कामात् क्रोधो विजायते.
क्रोधो विजायते. What word translation? Yayataha. While contemplating Vishayan, sense objects, Pumsaha, of the person, Sangaha, attachment, Teshu, in the sense objects, Upajayate, develops, Sanga, attachment, Sanjayate, develops, Kamaha, desire, Kama, from desire, Krodhaha, anger, Abhijayate, becomes manifest. Translation: while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops. And from lust, anger arises. I'll just continue because it's a series. And then from anger, delusion arises. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. And when memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool.
What is it mean? You're
We'll
already
talk in Page 11. It's the back. Go to the back. Yeah. That's a downward spiral. Yeah. It's a nice picture. Okay. We'll talk about that. Sure. Okay. So this whole topic, like we were discussing, let's read the purport also. One who is not Krishna conscious is subjected to material desires while contemplating the objects of senses. Somebody can pick up the next sentence.
The senses require real engagement, and if they are not engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, they will certainly seek engagement in the service of materialism.
In the material world, everyone, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, to say nothing of other demigods in the heavenly planets, is subjected to the influence of sense objects. And the only method to get out of this puzzle material existence is to become Krishna conscious.
Lord Shiva was deep in Lord Shiva was deep in meditation, but when Parvati agitated him for sense pleasure, he agreed to the proposal, and as a result, Kartikeya was born.
Lord, change particularly ruled by the combination of Maya Devi, but Haridasa easily passed the test because of his unalloyed devotion to Lord Krishna. I have recently as well mentioned words of Sri Ram.
Yamunacharya.
Ram, all material stuff only due to higher taste of pleasure and enjoyment. And this association of the Lord, and this association of the Lord.
That is the secret of success. One who is not careful in Krishna consciousness, however powerful he may be in controlling the senses by artificial repression, in such ultimate in short, is sure ultimately to fail, for the slightest thought of sense pleasure will agitate him to gratify his desire.
Yes. So the topic, the context of this topic, the whole thing, the background was that Arjuna was asking what are the symptoms of a most successful person, right? So Krishna explained in detail how what is perfection and how to achieve perfection. Now Krishna is telling why people do not achieve perfection. What are the stumbling blocks? What is actually keeping us all away from achieving that perfection? And of course, like we discussed, the basic principles for success, both material life or spiritual life, there were three, actually four.
Phases of achieving
Success. If you want to be successful in this world, either materially or spiritually, Krishna explains in this chapter. Tolerance begins with tolerance, selflessness, detachment, equanimity. Equanimity. So you should not be, it's basic for anything to achieve success in this life, right? So these are the basic things you need to have, but you cannot do all these things. Why? Because of this. Krishna is telling the root cause. Unless you know, identify the problem, you cannot solve the problem. So what is the problem? Where it is beginning from? Krishna is explaining here. It all begins with dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Dhyanam. Dhyanam means meditate. Meditate means on what? Sense objects. Just like it all begins with our WhatsApp images. Some ad will come. before all magazines used to come, every day same thing. Oh, nice dress, $200. Not nothing. But again, you go back, oh, same. The dress was very nice, $200.
10% down.
So 10% off. So that even the marketing companies know this very well. So if they stop sending you the magazine, out of sight, out of mind. So they'll keep on sending.
Yeah.
So today, digital marketing is also like that. One time you click, they know. Oh, you liked it. So again it will come. Again it will come. Again it will come. Why? Because you have to continue your meditation. Dhyayato vishayan puntaha. Then what happens? Then you start getting attracted to it. So then a sense of attachment comes. So once the sense of attachment comes, see, a person develops attachment for them. And from that attachment, what develops? A desire. Maybe I should marry this girl. So ambitious. So that desire comes. And then there are only two things. Either it will happen or it won't happen. If it didn't happen, frustrated. If it happens, we all know. Again, frustration. Either way, you're frustrated. Yes.
The big button knows that.
But even at our age, any age, even if you got something, then your worry becomes, when will I lose it? Suppose you got one first rank in the class, then you're worried. You have to work very hard to keep that first rank, otherwise somebody else will get. Then your tension begins right there, right? So whether you get it or you don't get it, either way, frustration comes. Through frustration, anger comes. And after anger, is there anybody who doesn't get angry? Right. There's nobody who doesn't get angry. Okay, Krishna gets, but that anger is different. That's spiritual. We'll talk about that also right now. So from anger, what comes is delusion. So one gets deluded. So actually, anger is such a tool, it's a shortcut. In fact, all of us become angry. The reason we get angry is also we want to say something. The other person is not listening. You say something, the person is not listening. So you tell twice, thrice, 4 times, the person is not listening. Then the only thing that you can think of is express your anger. And what do? Same thing you tell in a loud voice, in an angry voice, angry tone, hoping that person will listen. And he didn't listen to that. But because you stopped communicating in different words, anger is a shortcut. It's like a short circuit. So we ran out of all arguments and we don't know anything else to use. So immediately we use a short circuit, and that short circuit is anger. So moment you use anger, actually we pollute our mind, our consciousness gets polluted. Not forget about the other person, what happens here.
So Vishwaji, you just said that if we get anything, if we don't get anything, then we get frustrated. If we get anything, then we get frustrated because we have to retain in that position.
Yes.
So what we should do? We should get
Yes.
not get it.
Yeah. That is why that what is one of the qualities? Equanimity. Equanimity means whether you get it or you don't get it, you should be equipoised. How do you do that? It's a different topic again. We'll talk about it in brief. I'll talk about that. But the point is, anger pollutes your consciousness so badly that you enter into a state of delusion. And what is delusion? To believe what it is not there. That's delusion. You think you are actually the controller.
Hallucination.
Hallucination. Yeah, like Hitler. Prabhupada said Hitler thought he was a controller of the whole world. The fact is, he can't even control his own bowel movement.
So it is not part of success. It is actually part of success.
To control?
He needed some success only. Something.
No. Delusion,
Anything, any attachment.
anything like you're fantasizing, basically. You have a false expectation. Because of the false expectation, you're thinking you can control people or whatever you want to control. It is going out of control, then you are in delusion. So from delusion comes bewilderment of memory. So memory loss. So from bewilderment of memory, then what happens? Intelligence is lost. Buddhi brushed ho gaya. Buddhi brushed hota hai. Then when that intelligence is corrupted, it's like virus basically. Then he doesn't discriminate. He is ready to do any sinful activity. In fact, it is not sin according to him because he has to achieve that at any cost. He is ready to murder, kill anybody, anything comes in his way. You'll be surprised. I know so many people, not so many, some people who are very close. It was very shocking just because he already got enough money. You know how much money he got? He got 100 crores from a property division. Obviously, they're very rich. And he was still frustrated that he did not get enough like his other brothers. So, you know what he did? He actually killed his father. I know one person.
Oh,
I know a person, actually.
even after getting 100.
Even after getting 100 crores. And that he felt was like pittance. Why did my father do this to me? And he was so angry, he lost his intelligence and he actually killed. Today, that person is in jail. In fact, he and his chacha both together plotted and killed his father. And both are in jail.
That's what politicians do.
Exactly. But then, of course, we are not close to such people. But this one particular person I'm actually close to, so it's very shocking for me. And yeah, so this is a downward spiral. So this is what Krishna is telling. First of all, identify the root cause. And we might think these things are all very bad, right? Anger is bad, and everything else which is mentioned here is bad. But do you know why do we worship Hanuman?
Your devotee.
For moral
All of his submissions to
What is the specific Hanuman Chalisa we all sing, right? Who all knows Hanuman Chalisa? What is the meaning of Hanuman Chalisa when you're singing? What is it? What are you praising Hanuman for?
He's strong. The father of knowledge.
knowledge.
Yeah, what was it? While you're saying the prayers, inside the prayers, you're saying how great you are, expressed your anger in putting entire Lanka on fire. Right? Now imagine the kind of anger Hanuman is expressing, and because of that, you're worshipping him. If anger is bad, why are you worshipping Hanuman?
Because he is using that anger for Ram.
Exactly. So anger necessarily is not good or bad. It is the way you use it for what purpose. Right now, we are contaminated to think everything belongs to me, to this body. So, moment you think that is a contamination, once the contamination is purified, you're purified from that such contamination. And if you understand your identity as a soul, as an eternal servant of Krishna, then everything, including Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, all are wonderful in Krishna's service.
Vishwaji, not on anger, but coming back to the same question, if you have to be equipoised, like whether we get it something or not,
Mhm.
what's the motivation to do something? Like, because even if I get the result, I shouldn't be feeling frustrated or excited or anything.
Right.
I need to maintain a balance.
Mhm.
But then from where that motivation comes to do something.
Good question, good point. Just like we all are working in a corporate, how much does Google make? Trillions, maybe in trillions. Apple makes in trillions. Suppose you're working for Google or Apple or some big company like that. Will you expect a share of the profit? You don't even ask. But you're making very good contribution with your service and all that. Why are you not asking? How are you still working for that company? They're paying you.
Yeah.
They're paying you. So you're thinking that's good enough. But actually, the result is not yours. You already are trained in a particular way. You have a boundary. I will pay you something. You agreed for that. But profit doesn't belong to you. That's very not for everyone. Not for everyone. Very few people get that. Okay, little higher facility because you're a big manager, you'll get something more. Just like Indra, he gets bigger position than all of us. More facilities. That's all. But you are not getting everything. So the world is running for a big boss. Unless you understand that position, your position is just like all the body parts of your body. Can they make a claim from today onwards? I'll stop working for you. I'm on my own. Can any body part will say anytime? You cannot. So it is like not a choice. Just like we all are thinking we have a choice whether to serve God or not to serve God. We think we have a choice. If you think otherwise, that I don't have to serve God, you are only fooled. Foolishly, in your ignorance, you are thinking you are independent, but you are actually serving everything else. You are serving your family, you bring all the money, 100% you are giving to your wife and family and children, right? Everybody, all of us, no matter what you think, I don't have to do any charity. Chanakya Pandit says the miser is the biggest charitable person. Why? Miser. A miser is the greatest charitable person. How? He doesn't spend. He accumulates so much at the time of death, everything he'll give. He's the biggest donor. So nobody can say that he actually can keep everything for himself. It is impossible. Everybody has to serve. If somebody says, okay, I don't even marry, I don't have children, I don't have anything, then he will bring one cat or a dog and he will serve. Nobody can be free from that. You cannot. So better to come to the understanding quickly that we are servant of God and you serve Krishna, then your life becomes successful. So as a devotee, how you become equipoised to your question is that devotee feels very humble, first of all. He feels very humble. He is not having any great qualifications. So whatever little he gets, so immediately he gives the credit to Krishna and he says, oh, I don't deserve it, but Krishna, you're so kind, you gave me so much. That's number one. And if anything bad happens, so immediately he thinks, oh, I'm supposed to receive so much more worse things, but you're so kind, you gave me discounted suffering.
We artificially like say that.
Not artificially. You are artificially. If you're cognizant of your position of knowledge, then you will automatically understand. It's not artificial.
No, I'm saying,
But like,
if there is a problem comes, oh Krishna, much more should have happened. Should I say like that or like this? I mean,
It should come from inner.
I really don't have a feeling, but should I say that? I want to be that much, but I really don't feel that. What should I say? What should I do?
Sense of doership, if we invite that, I think it helps. That sense of doership that I am not doing, right?
No, he's saying, suppose you are-
Anything I was not entitled, either good or bad, because I'm not the doer. Then that feeling will automatically come. That if I didn't do it, then result of
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't come to me yet. So what do I do then? Well, like,
I mean, that was
Until it comes to you, it's not true.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
question is from his question actually. Is it possible for people who don't want to be practice?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Isn't it? Like,
Yes.
There are-
No, his point is, suppose I got an injury. Now I'm feeling pain. So his point is, how can I think that this pain is already discounted pain? I should have broken my arm or something.
no, that's not my question. So, I mean, so there is some pain.
Okay.
Should I say that? Should I pray to Krishna that okay, Krishna,
You
much
give
more
me
should have
smaller,
happened to me,
yeah.
but only like simple thing had happened.
Correct.
But I don't really have that power. Should I like tell it like that to myself and others? How should I deal with it?
So what you're thinking is, I'm entitled.
No.
Yes, you are thinking,
Yeah.
nothing should happen. I mean, like,
Sense of
No,
doership.
not like that.
Not like that. It's not what he said. I think what he's trying to say is that he's saying that I still don't believe in it. I
But
know
still,
it.
should I
I
tell
know
it like
I
that?
know
Yeah.
it, but I don't believe
I
in it.
tell
it?
I don't have that
He's
power.
not saying
I
believe.
don't have that
feeling. He's
Ah,
talking
yeah.
about the feeling.
You're not, but should I confess him like that? Like,
It's talking like
Yeah.
that, like what
No, no. Yeah, see, all the qualities of anger. Yeah.
no, go ahead. First you answer.
So all the qualities of whatever we are saying here, your anger, how to control anger, and all that, we do not try artificially.
Mhm.
That's number one. There is other yoga systems where you try artificially. Artificially, you try to, you know, say that I don't want to look at it, even though it's very attractive. I close my eyes. I don't, close my ears. That is a dry yoga system. We don't follow that. In fact, 59th sloka is the key sloka for the entrance of Bhakti Yoga. What is that? Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtvana nivartate. You have to cultivate an attachment to higher taste, especially to the holy name of Krishna. Initially, we don't have attraction. The holy name is very sweet. The Hare Krishna is very sweet. But we have disease. Like Prabhupada says, you have disease, jaundice, then you get sugarcane juice. It is bitter. Why? Sugarcane juice, nothing, no problem with it. You have disease. That is why you're feeling it is disease. Like bitter. But then doctor will tell you, just keep drinking, no problem. Every day, I remember I had jaundice that time. Sugarcane juice and coconut water. Two things only, nothing else. For 3 weeks, if you drink, you'll become all right. That's the medicine actually. So keep on drinking that. Then one day when you feel, oh, sugarcane juice is tasty, then you know your disease is gone. So until such point, you will get anger, you will get all these things. But moment you keep on getting attachment, little bit, it doesn't happen overnight. You get 1 millimeter of taste of the holy name of Krishna. Then you will find, oh, the other thing is less tasty. This is more tasty. So slowly you will find the difference. Not immediately, not spontaneously.
But should I like talk like that?
No, don't do anything artificially.
No.
That's the whole point.
No, wait.
Yeah, it will come automatically.
I would like to say what your heart automatically it will come. Sri Krishna is only looking for something from your heart. So if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, don't force yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, don't force yourself. But try to understand whatever we are getting, whatever Krishna is doing. Krishna is in control. That's all. One sentence at least. This basic sentence. I am not in control, Krishna is in control. Only one sentence, if you can try to meditate on, automatically everything will be okay.
I think that works. When like I tend to see I'm not the doer.
Yeah.
So when you enforce that,
Whatever
reinforce that,
happens,
reinforce that, it takes time. But I think it helps. You
Yes.
remind yourself that I'm not the, and that takes me back to my question from last time, right? In this case, we are saying something happened. Other times we say when we do good things, we say, "Oh, I didn't do it. I'm humble." That is easier to get. But when I do something bad,
You
then
cannot
what I
accept
say.
it. Right.
And you told me something towards the end, and I wanted you to repeat that because I think it didn't sink in. But I like what you said. Oh, you have to remember again. Because we were saying, right, when I'm doing bad, then should I say I'm not the doer? Then that is wrong. Then I will keep doing
No,
that.
that is three things. And because of the, we should understand when we are doing anything bad, we are, yes, we are not the doer. We should understand that the three modes of material nature are making us do. And because of being in a lower mode, we are doing the wrong thing. Try to upgrade ourselves. If we are in lower mode, we are in Tamoguna, we will be angry. If we are in Rajoguna, you will be wanting things. And if you are in Sattva Guna, nothing will bother you actually. You will be calm and peaceful. So try to slowly improve and try to upgrade yourself.
Also, that Sattvaguna means knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
So unless you apply all the things that you see with knowledge, only then the discrimination.
First is to
Like,
get
You
knowledge.
think and
First
do
is
things.
Yes. Buddhi brushed ho gaya, opposite of that. So buddhi has to be upgraded with what Krishna is saying.
so first you will get the knowledge. It is just not practical knowledge. It is just bookish knowledge.
Theoretical.
Right now, theory we are learning. But when we keep on, chanting and doing all this satsang and everything, it will come in practice also. You will not be agitated. See, something bad happens to you. I know Reshma fell down that day terribly. And what was your first reaction when you fell down? She fell down very badly. I was unconscious. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
When you got up, what did you think first?
Honestly, I was thinking like, what would Varun and Abhay will feel like, when they see me like this.
Not you are hurting yourself, but how they are feeling.
Yeah, I was feeling for them, but I was in great pain. But
Still you are
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah, but I remember she told me that I don't know. No, this sentence when she spoke to me, she told, I don't know what else I would have had.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I think
Yeah.
I'm okay.
yeah,
That sentence she told me actually.
yeah. I mean, with that fall, like some fracture could have happened, but nothing has happened.
Yeah, in the brain head actually.
head. Yeah, I'm still healing, but
Yeah, but the thing is that, it will come to us. One thing I learned when I was growing up, my mama used to tell that जो भी होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. This sentence is heard thousands of times. Everybody, जो होता है अच्छे के लिए. That is at least the minimum we should have. There, Krishna is not
There's a
saying.
nice story. There was one minister. So he was always with the king.
I'm sure they know this story. You can
Yeah.
tell her. Unbelievable, no?
Yeah.
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 Everybody
The
must be
guy-
knowing that
yeah.
story.
The guy loses one finger.
I think you can tell the kids.
The king uses
Not the king, minister.
king.
Minister.
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 No, I don't. You should tell now.
Yeah, even adults don't know.
Okay, so the minister actually loses a finger. So he has this habit. He says, "जो भी होता है अच्छा के लिए होता है." Then the king was like frustrated. What the hell? I mean, you lost a finger. How can that be good in any way good? So he said, doesn't matter. We don't know the big picture. So then he says, okay, whatever. Then the king says, okay, he has a habit, go on the forest. So he goes in the forest for hunting. And then while they're going, he lost the way. So along with him, always a minister is there. So only two of them and the rest of the party, the soldiers and all, they got lost. And then when they go, some tribal people, they capture these two people. and they were going to, Bali dene ke liye. So for some reason, they leave the king and they will say, you will give this guy minister because he's more.
Then minister says that,
Whatever.
for your God.
Yeah.
And that's king gets angry and he will take him jail.
In jail. Oh, yeah. Yeah. King goes, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, because he has one finger in left.
He's a
Yeah.
deformed.
And
Yeah.
when the king puts minister in jail, he also, then also he says it's my for my own.
Correct.
Otherwise,
That's the story.
no, actually, tell again. Abai? You all want to play the good, does it?
No. If they're playing, they make too much sound.
It's
It's fine. They can. Okay, there's a story. They're telling about
Listen to the story, listen to the story. Okay. Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Once there was a king. Okay, the king lost a finger. And then the minister said, "Oh, it's okay, whatever happens is for your good." Then the king is very angry. "Hey, how can you say that? My finger is lost and you're saying everything is for good only. How it can be good? I lost my finger. Put this guy in jail." So they put the minister in jail. So as after some time, as a regular thing, the king goes to forest for hunting. But on the way, he lost the way. And he's not with the soldiers. So he gets captured by some tribal people. So the tribal people, they catch him and they want to give him bali for sacrifice. They want to kill him in the sacrifice. And they see at the time of sacrifice, this king had only 4 fingers. One finger is lost. They said, "Oh, this is not good. This body is not good for sacrifice. We cannot kill him anymore. Leave him." Then the king is like, "Oh my God, now what minister said is correct."
He saved his life.
Is that right? Yes, exactly.
Because he goes every time, everywhere with this.
With the king.
Mhm.
So the minister thought, putting me in the jail is also good.
He did not die.
Otherwise, minister would have died.
Died.
But this is a kind of acceptance of the whatever happened, you accept it in
Yeah.
the name of. But somehow it's the hard fact that you have to accept. For example, somebody died in the family, people cried for 1 week, but after some time, they want to accept it because they accept, but they don't.
It sets in later.
It
takes time.
takes time to accept completely accept.
Mhm.
And that's what he's saying, reinforcing yourself. ठीक है जो होना था हो गया है अच्छे के लिए होता है that's what he's asking.
No.
You are reinforcing yourself that okay now like whatever happened
Coming to terms.
because God's grace and like thank God. No, I was my question was more about the feeling. I don't have the feeling, but
should
I
I
want
tell
to
them?
have that feeling. Should I say it now or not?
Basically, to come to terms.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, come to terms.
You can, Prabhupada says, like when we do the deity worship. Okay, so Prabhupada says that actually we are not doing correct deity worship. But Prabhupada says that even if you continue to do deity worship, you will get the feeling. So in that sense, for that limited purpose, even if you tell, without the feeling, but you keep telling, you will get the feelings.
Yeah.
So
That's what he was.
that way also it's okay.
Even though it is not there,
You-
like the thing is the feeling of
Yeah.
entitlement, stewardship, and that subsides your ego. And once the ego goes away, then you will get that.
Yeah.
The ego is kind of
We have
So,
to make
so
sure we have to
again,
make sure.
it boiled down to the question, how do I control the ego?
sense of stewardship. These are-
No. The only way it is, this is a gift. No, this is a gift. Detachment and jnana vairagya are byproducts of bhakti. Before you get bhakti, there are 2 aspects that are given to you as a gift. That gift is jnana vairagya. These 2 things will be bestowed upon you, seeing your sincerity. Krishna in your heart, seeing your sincerity, are you really sincere or are you doing lip service? Just like mother can figure out if the child is doing a fake cry or a genuine cry. Mother can easily figure out. So the same way Krishna can figure out how what type of prayer we are doing. Are we calling Krishna just for lip service, for show, maybe for getting attention, maybe for we don't know what is inside our deep core desire. What is a core desire? Maybe I want to become rich. Maybe I want to become famous. Why am I doing what my devotional life? Why am I into devotional life? We have to ask this question ourselves. So Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna is Bhavagrahi. Somebody might say, I am giving 1 crore rupees donation. Krishna never sees how much you give. Krishna sees how much you're keeping in your pocket. What you're withholding. This is the difference. Other devatas, they don't discriminate anything. If you worship a devata, they will give you according to what you are worshipping. But Krishna is very careful, just like a father. He is always observing the child. So Krishna is making sure, are you really coming to me for what purpose? So he will say you can come to Krishna for any reason. Akama, sarvakama, moksha kama udharadi. If you have no desire, no problem, worship Krishna. Sarvakama, I have all the desires, like Dhruva Maharaj. I want a kingdom bigger than my father. My father is Manu. He has an entire planet. So how can you have bigger than father? Not possible. But he had a desire. He was 6-year-old boy, Kshatriya. Oh, the spirit is here. I want Akama, Sarvakama, Moksha Kama. I want Mukti. No problem. You also worship Krishna self. Why? Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. Whatever way you come to in touch with Krishna, you become purified. That is the beauty. Whether you know it or you don't know it, put your hand in fire, it will burn. It will not discriminate. Like that, you come to Krishna, you'll be purified. There was once one thief. He was actually chased by some soldiers. He wanted to escape. So he sat in one satsang like this, hiding so that soldier will not catch him. So in that lecture, in that Bhagavad, somebody was talking about Krishna. Krishna is such a beautiful boy, young baby boy, very innocent. Mother is decorating with jewels and gems and all that. He does all nut cut. He's always playing around with friends. Then this thief is thinking, my God, all I have to do is just find this boy and I can catch him. Then, then in the class, as he is going on talking, then he says, where this boy is? He's on the bank of Yamuna. You can find him in Vrindavan. He's always going to Gokul. In the evening, he goes here. In the morning, he's tending the cows. Full description is given. Oh my God. So much information he gave. All I have to do is just ask where is his Vrindavan. Then he believed that entire description so much. This thief had 1.1 agenda. Just find this boy. I will get the jewels and I will be very rich. That's all. Nothing else. Then he sincerely went out on an expedition. He went to Vrindavan, asking, where is Vrindavan? Where is Vrindavan? Where is Vrindavan? So he went to Vrindavan. Finally, he actually meets Krishna.
Wow.
Then he sees Krishna. Then he is playing with Krishna. You can't just go to any child like that. You have to make friends. So just by making friends or playing with Krishna, this thief became purified. Just became purified. Then that thought crossed his mind, I still have to steal his jewels. But then he's already purified. He's thinking, how can I take these jewels from him? Then Krishna already saw this guy is already transformed. He became a devotee. He didn't have any more desire to steal. So Krishna said, you can have. You can have all the jewels. He gave him everything. Then that devotee is in complete tears and he was in ecstasy. Then he said, my dear Lord, I came to cheat you. But You are bigger cheat. You are cheater of all the cheats. So you purified me, and then he becomes a great devotee. So no matter how you come to Krishna, you will be purified.
You said, no, you said jnana and vairagya.
Yeah,
Are
jnana.
they things?
Yeah, they are two separate things.
Because I remember one sentence somewhere. हाँ विद्या या विमुक्त है विद्या वही है that is what knowledge is, which makes you
Liberate.
mukti.
Yeah.
Vairagya.
Yes. Vairagya is not mukti. Vairagya is only detachment. Just like you are bound up with all the ropes, you cannot move unless the ropes are cut. The cutting of the rope is only Vairagya. That's all.
Detachment.
That's all.
But if I have jnana, I'll be automatically I'll be detached, right? Real jnana, right?
No. Real detachment is again a gift from Krishna. You cannot get both jnana, you can study, but this does not become wisdom.
In other
Jnana.
yogas, you can get it.
Huh?
In other yogas, you can become detached, but
No, no. Any other form of yoga, that detachment is just like mud water is there. You keep it still. Then what happens? Sedimentation. All the mud settles down. A small agitation is enough for all the muddy to come up again. All other yoga systems are like that. But in Bhakti Yoga, the detachment process is different. It is just like seeds are there. If you put on the ground, they will sprout. But if these seeds are roasted and then you try to put it in the ground, will it germinate? It will never. So bhakti is roasting of all the seeds of your karma. Not even one single seed will fructify. That is the power of bhakti. That is the power of chanting Hare Krishna. You are touching Krishna every time. Why we sing so much Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? We keep on singing because that's the only way. You are roasting all the karma seeds. Like that.
You wanted to ask something?
Yeah.
So if we get anything or we don't get anything, we have to be equipped. Plus, we have to dedicate everything to Krishna.
Mhm.
So basically, we are not the doer. So does it mean motivation is a man-made word? And all those motivational speakers who come and motivate us to do this thing, that thing, how these two things are correlated?
Yeah. So basically, it boils down to the next question, your definition of happiness. So basically, what is happiness? It is a very, very concocted idea. Means what? Somebody has to tell you, if you have so and so lifestyle, only then you're happy. And who is that somebody who is telling that? Motivational speakers are selling, America first did this. They're selling the American dream to the whole world, and they made whole world bakra and telling, come now, this is the American dream, you buy. If you have this American dream, you will be very happy. And we all were sold into it. That's why we are here. No, motivation for a wrong reason. That's all. We need to be motivated for the right reason.
For spiritual.
Yes. So all the definition of happiness, if it is redefined of what is real happiness, then if you are motivated, right now what we are doing is also that only, motivating you to come to the real happiness, not fake happiness. What Krishna is trying to do is to show you separate what is fake, what is real. This is fake. Don't go behind this fake. This is real. Go behind this. That's all. We are also doing the same thing. We are like sales agents for Krishna.
Motivation keeps.
So basically, suppose you see in a mirror, and so many beautiful things are there in the mirror. Anything in the mirror, can you take it? You cannot. But moment if somebody puts a stone and breaks the mirror, then it will shatter that illusion. Then beyond that, you'll see there's a real thing. So like that, knowledge has to shatter that illusion. So many times you can tell, I am not this body. That's only theory. But this knowledge has to shatter that illusion to say that I am not this body, but I am a soul. Until if that knowledge is not doing that, it's not cutting that illusion, then that knowledge is useless.
And motivation is also wrong.
Yeah, because that
So here what happens, it's not motivation, we get inspiration. In spiritual life, we are not motivated, we get inspired by seeing sincere devotees.
that was
Yeah.
But it's just another word, right? In motivation, we are usually inspired for doing something, right? I mean, it's another just word, right?
No, it's not just another word, it's like basically it's like putting a carrot or a donkey. That's a motivation. What is the motivation for the donkey to work so hard? You get the carrot. So you are motivated. Motivated means self-interest. There is an agenda.
this, you get this.
You do this, you get this. That's an agenda. That's motivation. Basically, that's a little selfish agenda is there. It's called motivation. You're motivated.
Even with the so you said before that Dhruv Maharaj, he had
Selfish agenda. Yes,
it's okay to want everything
correct.
as long as you dedicate it to
Krishna.
as long as you don't want to take the you want to do something, you want to be fastest, you want to earn a lot, but then you take it to
Krishna. Then it's purified.
Because,
I didn't do that, I got it.
no, because that attachment will go away.
Go away.
Yeah.
That's the point. When Vishnu came, Vishnu gave darshan to Dhruv Maharaj. So he was seeing the beauty of the Lord. Dhruva was wonderstruck. He could not speak. One word was also not coming out. Then Vishnu touched the conch on his head. Then he started speaking. Then Vishnu asked, so anyway, I know you called me for something. What is it that you want? Then Dhruva Maharaj says, oh my God, I feel so terrible. I was actually going to ask you for some broken pieces of glass, whereas I see a beautiful diamond in front of me. How stupid I would be to ask for that anymore. I don't want it.
To become rich,
To become rich, to become big kingdom.
kingdom. He felt that.
He felt that is so cheap.
It's
So,
tiny.
so useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like broken glass.
What is the significance of like touching conch on his head?
Yeah.
Because the Lord is directly giving him mercy.
When the Lord touches or the Shank also touches, then all the
become
knowledge
unsafe.
will come to you.
You become
It's
same qualities of
it's the Lord touching you. Yeah, He purifies
you
that.
get all the qualities of the Lord.
Yeah.
Just like a small
Copy-paste.
particle of fire, if it goes inside the fire, how big the fire will be? A small particle. Like that, Dhruva became like that.
But her question, what it was, your question was, did it answer anger?
I mean,
This was your main, I remember the first day you came.
yeah, these questions are keep on spiraling into each other, and as these two shlokas mentioned a lot of things, I think all these questions are intertwined,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
probably we need more.
Yeah. Actually, you came at the right day. I was just thinking that this topic you told first day when you came, anger, and it is the
Yeah,
way
I
that.
wanted an example idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what and
But that day, what I shared, and I have realized this with time, everything just wiped out.
huh?
With time, everything wiped out.
Hannah,
So
it doesn't feel now at that
I don't
much.
feel that anymore.
Yeah, that is the beauty of actually satsang.
Yeah.
When you do, then all that kachara will just go away like that only.
I was like, it was nonsense, and I was
Yeah. Slowly, we all will get purified, and it won't bother us. Basically, the main reason why we are having all of this spiral is because of the lust. So if we can control that, then everything is possible. But then
The way we control that also is only by
positive.
transferring everything. Everything is positive. Because we have to see when we have eyes, but you see the beautiful forms of the Lord. You have to speak. You have to speak only the glories of the Lord. You have to eat sanctified food, prasadam. You have to hear the holy names of Krishna. So like that, everything you can purify by positive engagement.
Yeah. You cannot say no, no, no.
Once again, probably define the definition of lust.
So lust is simply an excessive desire. Excessive desire that you are infatuated. I want this at any cost. That is lust. It can be for anything. It can be for a cell phone. It can be for anything. It can be for a hairstyle. It can be for your glasses. It can be for anything.
Something not even object, an experience.
Yes, you want to be recognized. You want to be the best in your class. Everybody has to praise me. That can be an infatuation. So that can become a lust. The intensity, when the intensity of wanting increases, that becomes lust.
Lust is that you are not putting effort in it. You just want. And if you're putting effort, that's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So these are all same things. Attachment.
Lust is basically negative.
All are negative. It's a downward. It's all a downward spiral.
I think passion is probably
But I mean, in that context, it is
Generally, it's positive.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to be passionate. Materially, you have to be passionate.
I have a lust for Krishna. I can say I have passion for Krishna. Or you can say
No, you should have lust for Krishna.
no.
That is what the gopis are. That's why they are the highest. They are the highest. Just like we. No. Just like how we are worshipping Hanuman, we are worshipping the gopis because of their intense lust for Krishna.
So then there are in Vrindavan, there are guys who are in a
That's fake.
and all that, and they are like
Fake.
they are acting like a Krishna, like
Yes.
a gopi and all
So
that.
they are called.
I have seen that video.
So they are called sahajiyas.
Huh?
They are called sahajiyas.
Yeah.
Who do not have it, but they fake it. So such people are very dangerous. They are like the fake godmen that you see. They claim that I am Bhagwan and this and
No,
that.
I think a lot of questions come. It comes because as a grihast ashram, I have run a family. I have to do this. I have to do that. And then there's a class of thoughts. That's where like I think a lot of questions coming. The way I see it,
Correct.
because you have to do something.
Yes.
But then what you are saying is not this way, right? And then it's clashing.
It appears. It appears like that.
It's clashing.
Yeah, it appears
That's
like
what
that.
we are-
No, I'm also having a family. I have a family, wife, children, house, job, everything. Normal.
For example, my son, he's crazy about cars. He wants to have this car, that car, the fleet of cars. Now I have to say that don't do that. Now he's like, why not? Now what should I say? So now I said, okay, I have a fleet of cars. How far is the fleet? So you see what I'm saying, class of thought here?
Yeah.
So,
So such things are called anartha. Anartha means unwanted, anything unwanted. Anything unwanted is called an anartha. And anartha is just like because of the propaganda. Anything because of propaganda only, we are writing that as a new attachment. We are downloading it. I want this. I want this. You are increasing your grocery list of wants. So many things. All these are anarthas. So as you keep chanting Krishna's name, all these anarthas, Srinvata Swakata Krishna, Punya Sravana Kirtanaha, Hrudayantasto hi abhadrani, Vidunoti Suhutra Satam. Krishna's names are so potent simply by Sravanam, simply by hearing. We don't have to do anything. Just like all of you are eating, such a simple activity of eating. While eating, you are hearing Krishna's story. That's all. What more is there? Srinvataha swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hrudayantasto hi abhadrani. What happens just by hearing? Hrudayantasto hi abhadrani. All the misgivings in your heart will vanish. How? It's a magic. Just like on a hot tawa plate, you put water. No matter how much you put water, it becomes vapor.
Yeah, I'll give you
No,
my
take
perspective.
Krishna, please.
For example, a child born, he wants some toy. Right? Now he wants some toy, and now you can say it's a propaganda, but because he's seeing his friends having this toy, that toy, cycle, this cycle, he wants. Now he grows up. Now he wants a girl. Now you can say it's a propaganda. Or
Yes.
everyone has girlfriend, so I also have a girlfriend. Then he grows. Then he wants a good career and then a good wife.
Yes.
So all those things. Now we can like where I will decipher that, oh, this is propaganda and this is my real thing. I like that's where like
So just now we said, right? Everything is by positive engagement. So the first rule of the thumb is asat sangatyag e vaishnavacha. Give up bad association. The very simple rule the entire philosophy gives is anything favorable to Krishna consciousness, take it. Anything unfavorable, reject it. Simple principle. If I choose this route, will I remember will this make me remember Krishna more? Accept it. Will this act of mine make me forget Krishna? Reject it. That's all. Simple principle. Go on applying this in every sphere of your life, you'll be automatically guided. Krishna says, I am in your heart and I guide you just by showing a torchlight. How when you're driving, headlight car is showing how much the headlight is showing, how that much you go.
Yeah.
Same way, Krishna is going to show you with his torchlight of Jnana what to choose and what to not choose. And same thing what you said, we also are raising children. But you give positive association, they also grow up in devotee association. They learn how to play with Krishna, the toys of Krishna. They are learning simple things like how to play mridanga, how to play harmonium. They're just learning. They know how to sing. If they're in a bad association, they will sing, they will do the same activity basically, but they will sing the wrong song and the wrong music.
Yeah.
And they will also get married, but here they will have a devotee partner who will remind each other and they'll be having devotee children. So the whole process becomes easy. Not difficult. You don't have to go to forest.
That's part.
That's the best part. Actually, even in India, you can't do so much satsang, even if you are in America, actually. Hare Krishna. People think in America you get distracted and all that. But with good as choice, just simple choice, you can make your choice and you can associate.
But to meet the needs, you'll have to do a lot of direct or indirect feelings here and there, right? You are part of corporate and corporate is doing all the things for you.
That's okay. You can't, at least whatever is in your control, you do that much, right? You can choose today weekend, you can go, somebody can go to bar and restaurant or whatever they can do, but you chose to come here, hear Krishna's name. That's your choice. Krishna is happy. That much choice. Every time you choose Krishna, he converts that choice into jnana and vairagya. Little. Just like you play video game, every time you do the right move, that point is added in your score, right? Like that, this jnana vairagya is converted. It's a converted currency of your choices to choose Krishna. That's how you get it.
Probably, I guess if you have a desire to own like let's say 5 cars, you will own only 2. If you and then slowly you will also remove the desire of possession. If that I think that's what
No, the point is keep the car because we need a car.
for an example, or if
No, for example, if you go with that example also, if you have a desire to do cars only, If Krishna decides this guy is really sincere, whatever I give, he will use it in my service, not just 2 cars or 5 cars. Maybe Krishna will make you the owner of Avis company. Because he knows this guy is going to do my service only. Why only 5 cars? There's no limit. Because Krishna is unlimited. Krishna is unlimited. That quality of Krishna will come to you.
In our heart, how much we are attached to these things and how much we are attached to Krishna.
That's all.
That's all. That is the only thing Krishna is saying.
Formerly,
See,
things
it's
were
like-
also like a very big devotee. Today, if I'll say that I want to make 1 million so that I can devote 100% of time for Krishna.
That's good.
There was one,
I was like,
That's what it is. yeah, there's one joke like that. There's one guy who makes a pledge. He says, I've taken a lottery, 1 crore I'll get, I will give to half to Balaji. I go to the temple and I'll give half. Then 50%. 50% of the
Yeah.
that's okay. Listen to this. Then he takes the lottery and tells his wife, finally results will come. He gets 50 lakhs. Then his wife says, okay, you made a promise. Let's go and give 25 lakhs. He says, hey, you're so silly. You can't imagine how great the Lord is. He has taken his 50 lakhs and gave me 50 lakhs. So, exactly. So this type of devotion is not what we do. If I get $1 million, I will give Krishna this much. Krishna knows everything.
No, actually say that you want to donate all your time to Krishna. So you want to donate 100%, right? When you get 1 million. So Krishna is wanting to see that you are at this point, how much can you donate your time? Later, 100%. Now at least 10% you donate your time to Krishna. Gradually you do. Let me see. Then he will give that Avan also. No problem. We will give. But you are
Just like people say, when you're old, then you go to Krishna. Do devotions and life, right?
Yeah.
Very common thing.
Yeah.
Suppose,
After 60.
suppose you have some fruits. You are eating, but you are not finishing everything. And what happens to the fruits? They slowly become rotten, overripened. Are those fruits worthy to be offered?
No.
Useless. I mean, like you can't do anything with those fruits anymore.
Like a
Our life is also like that. Right now, you're young and fresh and energetic. You can actually give yourself to Krishna. But no. When I'm rotten, I can't even wake up. Can't even walk. At that time, I want to do devotional life. You cannot.
Not only that, the biggest problem will be whatever you've done all your life, that is what you will want to do at the end. So if you haven't done any devotional service all through your life, can you imagine that at the end, at 60, you will suddenly get interest? It won't happen like that.
Actually, my uncle, it's a very good example. We started this Zoom class. We started the entire Gita series 3 years back, and my uncle, who is 77 at that time, he was very interested to join. He joined also the class. For 1 week or 3 days, he came. After that, he actually got cancer. He had a desire, but too late.
And
He
then,
actually died. He died in 3 months.
yeah, and he wanted to understand, could
He
not
could not
understand.
understand because his body was so bothering, pain.
all the knowledge you have to apply before only. After 60, anyway, that knowledge is kind of not so
Yeah, you can't teach the old dog.
problems you face before it's in your midlife, you are facing. Sometimes we might think that I should have. You have this understanding.
Yeah,
I don't want this.
yeah.
Because mind will always say tomorrow. Mind will even at 60, it will say tomorrow.
Yes.
Correct, correct.
Like, okay, if I had known this before when I was 42, it would have been better.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Too late. Yeah.
I have. It was like, so if I was.
Yeah, they
I
will
had-
tell the
I
kid,
had- I could-
I was about to do this, I cannot do it, you do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dinesh wants to say something.
You said that, like, a few classes ago, you said that if we remember Krishna when at the time of death,
Mhm.
we would, like, be purified.
Yes.
What if we didn't do any, prayers to Krishna? We were devoted to Krishna. We just heard Krishna's name once and we just remembered, then remember that word at the time of death. And like, try to imagine.
You just imagine you want to answer.
Suppose you are supposed to write your final exam. You didn't study anything. Some once in a while your friend or mother is telling, oh, this one lesson is there, that one lesson is there. Then can you go to the final exam and write the full paper? What? Exactly. That's what you're saying. Once or twice I chanted Hare Krishna and then at the time of death, you will remember.
It's like if you practice from now, you'll definitely remember it.
Exactly.
You might remember. Hopefully,
Yeah,
you
you
might.
might, yeah.
Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, I only give remembrance and forgetfulness.
Matrasmriti
Jnana
jnana
apohanam
mohanam cha.
If the Lord will give you memory and Lord will give you forgetfulness.
1 second, full case.
So does that mean I should not have any like type of selfish dreams for life? Like if I want like
Then-
a certain position in company, if I want some sort of financial goal, or if I want this after that. Does that mean I should not have it, or does that mean I should have like desires in my life? That I should always have a contribution to Krishna. I'm not to understand what you.
It's like we should ask
So-
Krishna if we will friend to do this.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very, very important.
Very nice question, actually. So Krishna explains, I mean, you have to know both. What are you? First of all, you have to know your identity. What is your identity? You tell, I'm asking you a question now. What is your identity?
For Krishna, I'm 14 years old, I'm Muslim, Muslim.
Okay.
I live in America, from Bihar.
Hmm.
It's
Okay, let's summarize the entire description that you gave. All that describes what? Your body. Exactly. So you have defined yourself in terms of your body. So obviously, you will want to do anything to make this body successful. Success as defined by elders or parents or whoever, peers. When you go to the college, you are learning new definitions of success.
Yeah.
So all these definitions are permitted only for the development and comfort of the body. Okay. Now, when you come to the point of comfort, now everybody will want to say, I'm comfortable right now. Everybody in their own way, they are comfortable. Don't disturb this comfort. But what if I tell you that comfort is only for very, very short time? Still, I'm happy with that comfort only.
Yeah.
I like this house. It's a leased house. It's on lease. Lease is only for 1 year. But I say I'm jiddi. I'm very comfortable. I don't want to leave this. I'm very, very happy here. But lease is going to finish. Then what are you doing about the lease, expiry of the lease? What are you doing?
Like another leaf, right?
How do you know?
You know, which one is how?
Again,
What you can
we get another house.
Another house, you don't know what the other house is. Yeah, there's so many ifs and buts. You have to factor all those things. If you are an intelligent person, what is the first thing that you will have to ask? how long is the lease? And if the lease is short, what will I do next to make sure the next house is better than this house? That means maybe I have to pay more money, then better I earn that money now so that I get a better lease. These are all the correct questions to ask.
So are those the questions I should ask when I'm trying to
No, the body itself is on a lease.
For how long?
So how long? So now you have to analyze, you have to calculate everything. That is only the planning. If you are a good manager, you plan properly.
that's like saying like I'll anyways pass him. So like what's the point of like getting good grades?
Now we are talking. You see, now you are, moment you understood it's a short lease, now you're telling, oh, what's the point? Exactly, right? So how much, now you will ask the question, okay, how much do I invest my resources to keep this body comfortable? Because you already understood, just now you understood, it's limited, it's limited time. That's the point. That has to be very clear. It's limited time offer only. How long can you be a father? How long can you be, not old? How long you'll be young? Everything has limited time scale. That's the time scale there, right behind you. Everybody has to go through that movie. And no part of that movie is permanent, you can see. The lease is getting over. Very fast it happens. Very fast, 20, 30 years is nothing. 30 years, just like that goes away. Already 20 years are gone, almost, right, for you? 14. Yeah, so it's no big deal. But when we are not having this cognizance, then your planning is different. So, scriptures are defining, are directing you to identify yourself first. Ask yourself this question: who am I? Once that question is answered clearly, only then the planning work comes into next picture. Then if I am not this guy, why am I investing so much in this? Just like you go on a train journey. Train journey is maximum 1 day, 2 days. That's the longest train journey. Now in the compartment, will you do change of furniture, carpet, upholstery, anything will change?
No.
Why?
Because it's something like
You will get down. Journey is over.
Money on it.
Why waste your money and all that? So how much you will invest your energy? Very little. Only maybe if it is something spilled, you can just clean up little bit, and because it's 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 day, your journey is over, you'll get down. That's all. Like that, this human form of life is given to you to focus on something very, very significant, to put a full stop to all the miseries of your life. For that, you have to invest more time because your comforts and discomforts are already coming to you without much difficulty. For that, you don't invest all your resources.
and
The secret here is another secret is there. If you focus on your spiritual growth, material growth follows like a servant. You don't have to separately endeavor. You'll be surprised. Your material journey, suppose whatever your desires are there, if you are growing spiritually without your knowledge, matter follows spirit. That is the secret.
automatically happen.
Automatically it will happen.
Yeah, you gave an example one time.
Yes.
What
You
is
gave an
it?
example one time.
But I have different view on it.
I can tell all my life. I have so little.
The way I'm thinking. So that's what geopolitical. India is very spiritually oriented and all this. India puts spirituality on right pedestal, right? Now, India are thinking that okay, life is limited and all that, and but lot of knowledge went from here, but they standard on. For example, penicillin came and then the cement industry boomed, right? So many things happened, industrial revolution happening. Europe, they were not as spiritually, focused. They were like, okay, I need to solve this problem or that problem for whatever, right? And now, whatever we are seeing now, American dream and whatnot, because they are controlling the dynamics in the world, right?
Yeah. No, no. He is trying to say that if, as a devotee, if you are trying to be spiritual, you don't have to be worried about your material life. It will follow. That is what he's saying.
No, but
But
India
all
suffered. India suffered. India was a very poor country.
No, don't mix up,
No,
don't mix up,
don't
don't
mix
mix
up.
up. See,
Then-
what happens when you hear this historical events and all that, there is a different narrative. People will paint a different picture to show because of your religion, because of your doing this, these things have happened to you. No, that's not the entire fact. There are too many things that have happened to India
Yes.
to come and say that to blame religion of all the things to have that economic condition. That's the ultimate paint.
No. Actually, when the Britishers also came to India, they did not see one beggar also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
not see who took away them.
But-
We were not poor actually. We were not a poor country. Even after Akbar and all these people also, still we were not poor
They
actually.
very good.
Yeah.
We were,
No,
we
but
were very rich.
we made,
And then
we made them loot us.
Yeah, what is that
You're right.
He was fully. He was
One second,
whatever.
I understand. I understand. One second. Don't get confused
Yes.
with this topic. Don't add whatever you are saying. You heard a lot of history and that narrative you're bringing up here in this topic. Forget about all what you learned. You unlearn that first and just focus on this one point. If you grow spiritually, materially, automatically it will be served to you. Served to you. Even though you don't deserve, all the material wealth will be served to you.
Ananya
In a platter. In a platter it will be served.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, there's a sloka, he says, Ananya Chirtayanto Mam.
ये जना परिभासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्ता योगक्षेमं स्थापयामि. This is Krishna's promise. You surrender unto me, I serve everything to you. This is not, he says,
Personally, he
Arjuna, you declare this to the world.
Yeah.
You declare this to the world. This is Krishna's promise. Yeah.
You think that okay, India was very compared to the other world, yet they had bad things happen to them.
Yeah, because later on, in the middle, what happened? Maybe they were not.
No, 1 second. So your question is, why should bad things happen to good people?
Then he moved on.
How do you know India is bad?
India had all these bad things happen to them, but they were still
But why? But why is a different question. So you have to dig into the details, why it happened, how it happened. That's a different topic. So if you want to analyze, you can't just analyze a whole 1 billion people population. You cannot just, put in two categories and say, okay, because of this it happened. You cannot. Nobody can say that.
For example, like Akbar was at the time of Tulsidas. Right? Tulsidas, he has not mentioned one atrocity, whatever happened. And like I know a lot of stories, real stories, Malwa and all and whatnot. He has not mentioned one sloka, one doha in this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That time Bengal was burning like anything. It was the Bangladesh was the real Bengal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not mentioned all these things. So and that's why like why we are not addressing these like
When he did not mention, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a revolutionary.
Yeah.
He was the one who condemned all types of caste system.
Yeah.
why caste system? Like
Everything. He has condemned everything.
Also-
He has in fact appointed all the 6 Goswamis to weed out all the types of corruption.
Completely getting that. Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying the atrocity by the Mughal
No,
Muslim kings and all.
it is mentioned. I was reading a story that some Muslims were
Chand
saying
Kazi.
you can't,
Yeah.
you can't do
He
Sangeet
broke
Kazi.
all the mridangas.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got so furious, he took all 15,000 people in
People.
this thing,
Mridangas.
attacked them. But
Yeah.
then that he surrendered, the Muslim, whoever that he,
Chand Kazi.
Kazi.
yeah, he surrendered saying, okay, sorry, you can
Do
chant
your
as much
mridang.
as you want,
Yeah.
we won't bother you. So I think he did mention that is good thing, right? Because he did not want to record this as a history.
Yeah.
His mission is bigger. But it's not like at that point, when anger was needed, he used anger for the liberation of his devotees.
Probably they might have used the forgiveness as the message actually. I can add a point
Yeah.
to his like concern. So Prabhupada usually states that like people who are born in India, when a guest comes, we don't like, fire, take a gun and then, shoot him, right?
Yeah.
Unlike like America. So we welcome him, we feed him, we offer him like a bed, and we like take complete care of him. So just like that, that was our culture. So when Mughals came, when Mohammedans came or Muslims came to our country, we didn't like directly attack them. We welcomed them. We made them like part of our culture, and we treated them like God, right? Just like what our culture is. And that they took the advantage, and then they occupied it. Still, they didn't feel bad because Prabhupada says like when something bad happens to Indians like who are like even though like they're not spiritually realized, they think that okay, God has given this much and I'm happy. So if a drought comes, right, they just pray to God. Okay, God didn't give, so okay, I will just fast.
Yeah.
They'll not like I didn't get like food. I will die. What will happen? They're not. They are simple people, and then I got. I sometimes I feel that when we are graphic with samoguna, right, we don't do anything. सब कुछ अच्छे के लिए होता है, and that's when we become like kind of we find like leeway to make us like don't to do not do anything. We are killing ourselves in our mind. Eat है यार अब ठीक है ऐसे ही because you don't want to do it.
That's applying philosophy in a wrong way.
Yeah. That's why we are saying to him
That's
also.
jnana, right? You're devoid of jnana. You're
Yeah.
using wrong philosophy as I said. And why do we think that although we were going through all those economical problems, but that does not mean that we were grieving or we
Yeah.
did not have sukha.
Yeah.
So I read this thing I was hearing a satsang. So she was like sukha and ananda are two very different things. And for Ananda, you don't need to have Sukha. And if you have Sukha, you are not guaranteed Ananda. In US, in America, or in any proliferant country for that matter, any advanced country, you will have all the Sukha.
Yeah.
But are you Anand? Do you have Anand?
Blissful.
US is the least in the happiness.
Yeah, but
index, right?
even
I
all
think
Indians are dying to come here, right?
Why do you
They
think-
did not experience it. They
they
did not
have Tamas
experience
because
it.
we only go to.
That's
Do
what
you
I'm saying.
know?
Tamas.
We-
That is tamas,
So
right?
we only
Because
have.
you don't want to do anything about it.
No,
No. Not Thomas. That's not Thomas. I was only.
Move here. What do you say? They don't want to do anything. They work so hard to come here.
Yeah.
Even Vijay is Tamoguda.
That's not Thomas.
That is the Tamoguda.
That's not Thomas.
That
Thomas
is
means
Rajoguna.
no action. The guy is lazy. He cannot do. He is driven by passion.
Yeah, passion and
Tamoguda is laziness.
Laziness.
I also say delivery is also tamaguna, right?
Yeah.
I thought that included by American trade.
Illusion is different.
To come here to do everything here, that is passion, Gajoguda.
how much
should
is
have Gajoguda.
working, he's spending 20 hours of the day.
The reason I'm saying that I like in like this is a big thing. India has suffered a lot when I read history. I read it.
That's
You
correct.
think
Like,
who are not suffered?
No, one second. Let's not arrange.
murder, the
Let's not
murder,
arrange. One second. One
commitment,
second.
the women and whatnot that when Pakistan was divided.
Syria
One
now-
second. One
But
second.
the
Now,
way
we are not here, the people suffer very much. Yeah.
One second.
Without
One second. One second. No. I'll tell you a different perspective.
They don't
The
find
way
it
you are
hard.
projecting
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
I am not like in sync with that.
We are
We are forgetting our sufferings to our people, and we don't want to do anything. That is my concern. Yeah.
Whatever. Not. Okay. The point here the scripture is making is, one second.
Okay.
What the scripture is saying is, we should identify what is suffering.
Yeah.
What is suffering? And first of all, you have to identify if you are sinking, you're drowning, what is the first thing that you will do? Help yourself first.
Yeah.
If you stop drowning, then only you can help other drowning person. So what is your suffering condition? You should understand first.
There is a real incident happened in some lake.
No.
It was a muddy lake. I'll tell you it's a real story. So two kids were playing, and that lake was like some lakes are there, right? Something happened. This guy, father went there to save the kid, and he saved the kids, but he drowned himself. We want our youth to have this responsibility that I will die, but I make sure that our next generation will not have the same suffering what I had. And when we are trying to, make it like, okay, then we are forgetting our thing.
Our parents are
That
trying
what
to
went wrong that time?
Yeah.
What went wrong? Why it happened to us? Now it should not happen again. That's my point.
I think that's really very, very nice sentiment to have. But I think what is actually empirically supported is in parenting. If you have a mental health disorder, go to a therapist. Don't expect that you can just ignore yourself and expect your children to be fine. Like empirically supported evidence supports that you have to put your own oxygen mask first
Yes.
before putting the oxygen mask on to other people.
Yeah.
When you're looking at that level. When we're looking at a public level, we need to look at policy. And when you want to make public changes, you have to make policy changes. And when we're talking about spirituality, sure, there's some policy level things we can do, but right now, I think the goal is how can I make my life and my life a little better, my atma a little better? That is our goal here, and I think it is great. I'm such a supporter for making the world a better place. Trust me, I'm learning clinical psychology with not getting paid for the next 15 years. But I want to help the world. I want to help people. And I think that is a great sentiment. But what I'm also hoping to do personally is that spiritually also I need to protect myself. Because if I as a therapist, if
But
I
the whole discussion, the whole discussion came because I'm not I'm not trying to debate the fact
yeah,
completely with him.
yeah.
But I'm trying to give my, a reading of the past, because when he said that if you follow spirituality, materiality will follow. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to understand from my experiences because I'm an avid reader of history.
Yeah.
No,
I,
what
I,
he
I
was
really
trying to
tried. I
he-
tried.
particularly-
I tried.
particularly what he said, sentence, what it
Think
meant.
of your own self.
No, what he was particularly trying to say is that supposing like you're not putting too much effort into doing too much materially to take care of your body, but you're totally engaged in spiritual activity. In that situation, you will not be bereft of material situation
Benefit.
also. Because you are doing spiritually, you are connecting with the Lord, then materially Krishna will take care of you.
Even if he
That is all
benefit
he
of
was
material
saying.
benefits
Yeah, so
also.
what you are saying is it's a different tangent it is gone actually.
No, even if you are bereft also, you will not feel that dukkha.
Correct.
Yeah, dukkha.
You are already useful.
Yeah.
You're still useful.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
For his question, I would like to answer. There are two aspects, like he said, material and spiritual. So you need to not only focus on material, that I want to have this position, I want to have, like Ruchi, what she is saying, I want to do these things, but at the same time, I want to take care of my spiritual growth also. So that is what you need a balance. So that's all we would like to say. We're not going to tell you that don't do any material, for your school or whatever you want to do something.
That is
Do
wrong.
that. We're not
First of
telling
all,
you.
that is wrong.
Yeah, our goal is not to tell people, oh, okay, you do only spiritual and you beg your food. No. You work for your body. You work to whatever degree you need to work. You work to keep your body and soul together. And whatever comforts you need, you need.
And you
But-
don't need to
But
invest.
you have too many wants. सिर्फ wants को आपको कम करना है, हाँ?
Krishna did his karma as well.
Whatever is work, need it.
Karma yoga, you can explain a little bit like what is the significance of karma yoga in the spiritual realm?
So specifically, Karma Yoga is simply to not have attachment to the result for whatever you do, which is also not a very sublime yoga. So if you practice Bhakti Yoga, then automatically Karma Yoga is included in that, which is not expecting any fruit for yourself. You're only working for Krishna. For example, Krishna says, my mission is to explain the glories of Bhagavad Gita to others. That Krishna says it is my mission. So if you participate, your time and effort, your whatever spare time you have, in understanding first and then helping others understand, then Krishna is very happy. You can participate in that mission of Krishna.
Yeah.
So that is automatically Karma Yoga. We are not getting paid. We are doing so much work, right? But we are not expecting any result, either materially or anyway. So that is Karma Yoga is included in that.
So I can have my material wants and needs, everything, but at the same time, if I keep a balance in my spiritual life, I can keep Krishna happy. I can still be true to Krishna, true to God.
Yes.
Balance is one thing, alignment is another thing. You can't have misalignment also. You cannot have a wrong want and then still want to balance. Like you can't have a desire to have open a slaughterhouse or open a casino or some sinful which promotes sinful activity. You don't want to do that. You want to have a business. You want to be a businessman. Have your businesses aligned, which are in sync with dharma, like that.
And that's what even I tell my kids, exam and all, right? Do study, not for a grade, I get A, I get B. I mean, that is for me. I'll give you a class if you don't get a grade. You don't worry about grades.
That is very wrong.
Don't study for
No. The way I treat my kids, do the best and do whatever. If whatever it comes, it's okay.
Yeah.
Study well.
That's what I was joking. Your kids will listen to it. I can
Yeah, everything.
Oh my God. We will put it into the history now.
Okay, so everybody satisfied with all their questions? And the kids are also gone
So
already.
far, we are satisfied.
But now you are not satisfied?
This is eternal.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.